we've had soldiers lost. We've got these, Arabs being murdered in the streets, assassinated in the streets, or executed in the streets. Here comes Witkoff and Kushner being interviewed on 60 Minutes.
We woke up the next morning to find out that there had been this attack. Wow. And of course, I was called by the president.
You had no idea, obviously.
None whatsoever. I think both Jared and I felt, I just feel we felt a little bit betrayed.
No, I had heard.
He's talking about Israeli attack on Qatar.
Israel has carried out strikes in Qatar targeting senior Hamas leaders in the capital city of Doha. It is the first time Israel has struck inside Qatar, and Hamas confirmed to the BBC its delegation was the target of the attacks.
And he's saying that the Israeli attack on Qatar betrayed them. Betrayed them. Now, think about what we're saying here. These guys, we know, make a lot of money from Qatar. We know that Qatar protected Hamas leadership and called them negotiators, called themselves negotiators, protected them, fed them, and funded Hamas for the last many years. We know that they are the funders of the October 7th attack. We know that. And yet Witkoff is like, yeah, we felt betrayed that Israel struck at Hamas in Qatar. Do you understand what he's saying? And he's doing this on international television. He's doing this on 60 Minutes. The whole world is watching this. And he's saying Israel betrayed him. Israel betrayed President Trump. Instead of saying, well, Israel did everything it needed to do to defend itself against these Hamas attackers. And, we didn't know about it, but good for them. No, we felt betrayed, says this. And here's the punchline. This American Jew. Here's an American Jew. He's got no blood on the line here in the land of Israel. His wife and kids aren't driving on the roads around here. He doesn't have to fear jihadism on Fifth Avenue, or maybe he should, but that's not the way he feels, right? But he does have a lot of lucrative contracts with Qatar, right? And now he's going on TV instead of saying, like President Trump did, instead of saying, listen, Bibi's my great partner, all that kind of stuff Israel's got to do to defend stuff. He's saying Israel betrayed President Trump when it shot its enemies and also the enemies of America who are hiding out in Qatar.
That the president, that he was furious.
I think he felt like the Israelis were getting a little bit out of control in what they were doing, and that it was time to be very strong and stop.
The Israelis were getting out of control. We were out of control. We're out of control because we struck at our enemies. We were out of control because we struck at the funders of Hamas.
Them from doing.
Look at his face, though. Look how contorted it is. He just seems like there's something unnatural about this posture. And why go on CBS to rip Israel? These are Jewish guys, by the way, right? Jewish guys who are more American than they are Jewish and Israeli.
Things that he felt were not in their long-term interests.
Oh, now it's not in our long-term interest. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I love it. Like this kind of patriarchal thing, which it's like you're doing something that's not good for you, son. It's like it's the height of hubris.
People should understand that Netanyahu, the Israelis, bombed the peacemakers, bombed the negotiating team.
And by the way, Leslie, it had a metastasizing effect because the Qataris were critical to the negotiation, as were the Egyptians and the Turks.
So the Egyptians, the Turks, and the Qataris are critical to negotiations. I thought that the Egyptians were critical to getting armament into Gaza through drones, through tunnels, and through a massive underground railroad of arms and who knows what else of smuggling through Egypt. I thought they were critical to that, and that they also didn't allow any refugees into Egypt, therefore prolonging and the war and hurting a lot of non-combatants. I'm not going to say innocent civilians, but maybe non-combatants. So I thought that Egypt also poured in tons of its tanks into the Sinai against the Sinai Accords. So basically here you have Egypt is being what I would call an enemy state, certainly aiding and abetting the Hamas. Turkey sending down its jihadis and trying to control Syria and endangering Israel. Qatar, funder of Hamas. And here's this Jew, this American Jew, Witkoff, telling us on CBS, nonetheless, right? No less than CBS. He's out there on international media telling us that Israel's acting against the peacemakers, Qatar, Turkey, and Egypt. The unbelievable level of cynicism, hubris, and it's impossible to swallow this. It's just impossible to believe that these people, and I still would want to understand why is it that they felt the need to do this, but here they are.
And we had lost the confidence of the Qataris.
Right.
And so Hamas went underground, and it was very, very difficult to get to them. And
they were your link to Hamas.
absolutely.
You were dealing through the Qataris to make your proposals to Hamas.
And it became very, very evident as to how important and how critical that role was.
Well, I was absolutely shocked at this interview, and I thought that it was disgusting, and it showed a very first thing, who knows? And maybe we're going to ask our next guest if he has any idea why would they go on TV and say this stuff? Like, what political point were they trying to score? Is it to kiss up to their friends at the Qatar? Is that the reason? I don't really know. And with that, I let you go. May you have a great new beginning for a new year after Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and the Sukkot holiday. Now reading Genesis all the way to Noah and then the story of Abraham. We'll be talking about that as well soon. God bless you folks wherever you are. Lots of love and shalom. Thank you.